So this is Unsettled. It's the inside story of how victims were left behind in the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy. I served for 2 years as the co-chair of the creditors committee representing victims throughout the case, and what I experienced was nothing short of just sidelining those who matter most. And so I wrote the book in an effort to ensure that the truth gets out to where it needs to be, so that we can put into place systemic reform to make sure this injustice never happens again. I had the pleasure of actually coming to the zone for the first time in 2017 when I first started getting involved in advocacy, and came out to Cobb County and visited the Recovery Support Organization, and a light bulb went off in my head, and ever since have been one of the biggest advocates to duplicate what's happening here in Cobb County with this RSO and with the zone in particular around the country. It's phenomenal, and the level of community buy-in is phenomenal, and it's actually truly unique. So it's exciting to always be able to come back to Marietta and visit the zone and support it as much as I can. I come here often, and I truly believe, with all my heart, that it's a model for other communities around the country. If we had a zone in every single town, small and big, I can guarantee you we could probably cut overdose numbers in half. So we need to start putting dollars behind programs just like this. Well, I'd like people to know, first and foremost, that recovery is possible. 7 years ago, I was homeless on the street corner of Los Angeles. Since then, I've written 2 books, founded 2 nonprofits, work hard in my community on overdose prevention, but I've also learned throughout the process that people matter. People in recovery matter. People who are struggling matter. No matter what your journey is, you still have a voice. And you should ensure that it's heard and that it's validated, so you have to get involved. My past experience doesn't make me any less of a citizen or a taxpayer or a voter in my community than anyone else. Well, you should care about it no matter what, because whether you think you're impacted or you're not, you are impacted, whether it's through your healthcare costs, whether it's through your taxes, whether it's through the emergency EMS services or hospital services that are being provided to your community. Overdose has a negative impact on just about every single part of our society, including workforce productivity and employment practices. So you're impacted whether or not you think you are. It may be personal to you and impacted through your family, or it may be impacted through your pocketbook as a taxpayer and a consumer of these social services. But it's in all of our interests to really put people who are most impacted front and center to try and bring these overdose numbers down. The Bellwether trial in Cobb County is monumental. It's also a great opportunity for what I believe to get right with what we got wrong, and many people got wrong in Purdue Pharma. Yes, we need to hold pharmaceutical companies and manufacturers and distributors accountable, but we also need to make sure that the dollars that come from those lawsuits actually make their way to the ground where they matter the most and are spent on services that that have evidence towards reducing overdose deaths. So I think Cobb County can get it right where many others have gotten it wrong.